Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. All right, I think we're good.
Okay, let's call to order. Okay, let's start with the pledge.
Where's flat order? Moving.
Can I ask you to start the pledge? Because I have to leave, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, here's Mark. Perfect timing.
All right, we'll start with roll call. Miriam here, Mark,
Here.
Christine. William,
Here.
Bob,
Here.
Al. Constance. Alvin,
Here.
Ms. Miller,
Here.
Dylan and Addie. Okay. We have any public comments?
We do have one, but I don't see her here, so. She put it in last month. I asked her today if she planned on coming and speaking. She said yes, but I don't see her here, so.
Okay, well. Get that until she shows up. Board member comments, correspondence. Yes.
So we have a presentation tonight under my report, the CYBHI. And one of them is trying to get on a plane at 7 o'clock, so they were hoping to go early, so I'm asking if we can move it up to the front so that they can give their presentation pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Okay, okay, so should we start him now?
That would be awesome. It's 2 sheets.
Sweet.
All right, I think they're on there. Heather and Jen, are you guys on?
Yeah, I see him.
All right.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you for having us. We were training in Northern California today where I live, and Heather's on her flight back to beautiful San Diego this evening. Thank you for having us. We would love to share a little bit about this new initiative called CYBHI and how exciting it is for OTA to participate in this initiative. I'm going to kick it off to Heather. Pending on Wi-Fi at the Oakland airport. I'll jump in, Heather, if it's a problem, but may I share my screen, Devin?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool beans. And can everyone see that? Tad Health?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Hey Jen, just to be aware, it's cutting off just slightly on the left like it was when you were here. We tried to fix it, but just in case anybody's asking what something's on the side, that's why.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Heather, maybe I'll just stay here and introduce ourselves and give her a little background. But Jen Athanasio, I'm a school psychologist and licensed marriage and family therapist. Spent the last 15 years in school-based mental health, really bringing to life both direct service and program management at a district office level. I've been here at Tad Health for the last year and a half and joined today by educator extraordinaire Heather, who is in your neck of the woods and we realize lives very close to OTA. She's been in education for the last 6 years and a thought leader in the customer support manager space for many years and has joined our team, and we're grateful to have her. We were there in person, meeting your staff, which was lovely. I can't believe, was it just last week? We've done 30 trainings in 30 days. So really great to share space with the OTA staff. I met Devin and he gave us a tour in June of the campus and really loved your mission and overall support and how much the teachers are involved in intervention and mindfulness at OTA. So that really is what brought us together. And I will kick it off to Heather to tell you all about this initiative. And then I'll finish this up on how this initiative, intersects with the SOS program that you guys do. So, Heather.
Great, thanks, Jen. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. Go Oakland Airport Wi-Fi. Thank you all for having us. Like Jen said, I'm just gonna go over high level what CYBHI is. So this is an initiative that is special to California. We are currently the only state in the country who has this unprecedented initiative to really reimagine what behavioral health looks like, and to see schools as the healing care centers that they are. So there's $4.7 billion invested into this. There are many different buckets that that money goes to. I apologize if you're hearing some announcements.
No,
Or not.
Okay. Wow, my
your
AirPods.
scheduling is working well.
That is great feedback to know. Okay, so this initiative, really the many buckets that this investment goes into, all contribute to student behavioral health and mental health being more accessible. What really where OTA is interacting with this with TAD Health is through what's called the multi-payer fee schedule, which is the reimbursements for the work that's already being done. So the key takeaways for this are that the reimbursements are provided with interactions that staff are having with students. So things that they're already doing, like Jen said, through their SOS model. They're unrestricted. And so they access these reimbursements from public and private insurance. And this ultimately removes the barriers for care for students. And you all working with students and working in the schools, I don't have to tell you why this matters, but this is the why behind CYBHI. These are some of the stats that we know we're in a mental health crisis. The state hears that. And so this is the response to that. And the response is timely. And its goal is to create this sustainable funding source. So although there's this initial investment, the goal is that this becomes a sustainable funding model where staff who are providing these services are able to bill and become reimbursed through CYBHI. These reimbursements not only bring dollars back to the school, the reimbursements come on a rolling basis. So it's different than LEA BOP, if any of you are familiar with that, where that comes, at the end of the year or sometimes several years later. These come on a rolling basis about 45 days after the claim is submitted. This not only brings funding back to the school, but also documents the work that's being done. So it gives you some data to make some data-informed decisions about this SOS, specifically at OTA, the SOS work that all staff is doing. So we are very excited at TAD Health. We are partnering with you, giving the platform that makes it really easy for educators to go on and submit the claims. But we like to read this quote. This really encompasses what CYBHI is, or Children and Youth Behavioral Health Initiative. It's here to make sure every child in California has access to the mental health and substance support they need whenever, wherever, and however works best for them, because every kid deserves to feel supported, understood, and empowered on their journey to well-being. And so that's big picture what CYBHI is. Jen's going to talk a little bit more about what this means for OTA.
Thank you so much, Heather. All right. Maybe if there's any questions after the presentation, we just have a few more slides. We're happy to answer them. But the intersection of CYBHI and OTA is a unique one in the fact that you don't have any mental health professionals on staff: school counselors, school psychologists, clinicians, social workers, etc. But what you do have is amazing teaching staff who has looked at the needs of students and said, we all have a part in every student's development and mental well-being in the days that they spend at OTA. And so it perfectly aligns with the SOS intervention model that you have with the teaching staff. So when I heard Devin talk about that, it was a no-brainer to start training and getting everyone enrolled, which is why we were there last week, supporting the application process. So every educator is either a wellness coach 1 or a wellness coach 2, allowing 3 billable activities to happen on campus, which is Sorry, I got my ring light in the way of that slide. But we have the individual sessions with a student. For the first time that you meet with a student counts. The follow-up meeting with a student counts, and any groups that are done. So I don't know, Devin, if it's happened yet, but we've talked about your mindfulness and maybe moving mindfulness from a 10-minute chunk of time to a 15-minute chunk of time. And that 15-minute chunk of time would then be billable under a group activity in the fee schedule. The participation in SOS in and of itself does not count as a billable activity, but what counts is any intervention that that teacher does with the student after the student's identified as needing services or support at SOS. So if that student's needing 6 weeks of targeted fill in the blank mindfulness, coping strategies, hygiene support, et cetera, every meeting after from the first one to every meeting after is a billable service. So there are 53 billable codes on the fee schedule. Again, those more mental health professionals can bill a lot more codes, but of the 53, the state has designated 3 codes. These codes are attached to dollar amounts and they range between $30 and $60. That comes back to OTA per billable activity. So a rough estimate is assuming every teacher could make about $20,000 to $30,000, contribute about $20,000 to $30,000 annually in reimbursement. So that's a significant amount for OTA to expect coming back to them. And those are paid out every 45 days post claim submission. OTA is a part of what's called a learning cohort, and you're a part of learning cohort 5. Learning cohort 1 started submitting claims in the fall, and here at Tad Health, we were successful to be the first company that submitted a claim on behalf of our partners in Grass Valley, and they also got the first reimbursable check. We are also the provider and billing provider for all of San Diego County, many charters and unified school districts. So it's been really exciting time to be a part of Tad Health because we're seeing these dollars already save jobs and support students' well-being. All right, I'll stop sharing and open it up for questions and see how we can fill in any gaps maybe we didn't capture or share space with y'all. So anything I can go deeper on or give clarity to?
Well, from the treasurer's seat, so we bill a 30-day period and then it's paid out 45 days after the billing.
Yeah, your teachers are trained. We're going to come back in the fall and teach them how to bill on the platform. Each billing activity is done per day, and it takes about less than a minute to enter in that information in the system. So ideally, with your leadership and Devin's, you guys should decide how frequently you want your educators to be putting in their claims, end of the day or end of the week. We typically send a batch claim to Carillon, which is the state-appointed third-party administrator, and we send those at the end of the month. Once we send those in, you can expect reimbursement 45 days after that.
I have a question as well. You mentioned that this would be billed to both public and private insurance. I mean, echoing Mark, this sounds great from a fiscal standpoint, but I mean, I assume that the public insurance is gonna work pretty seamlessly because this is a state program, but how would it work with private insurance? For instance, either with services provided to individual students or also say with something like mindfulness, which is the entire class. I mean, are all public private insurances going to cover this? Will only some students in the entire class have that 15 minutes covered if mindfulness is 15 minutes? Like, I'm just wondering how that.
Yeah, that's a great question. All insurances are on the fee schedule, so there's none that are excluded, and both are currently paying out claims. So if one student, I'm from the Bay Area, so I know like Sutter and Kaiser and Palo Alto Medical Group, all of those are required to pay. So there's
Okay.
that $4.7 billion bucket that we're drawing down from probably for the next 5 years. After that, the insurances will bear the burden of paying that, and none can deny this because what they've basically done is they've said schools are now in network. Hospitals, urgent care, if you travel, you're like, oh no, a doctor that service ad was out of network. Now schools are in network, so they can't be denied. Parents never get this on explanation of benefits. Our platform's HIPAA and FERPA compliant, and B, the state has detached the services provided to students from explanation of benefits. The parents will never see it, and it won't be listed on any deductibles. What you at OTA need to do is, and we support this, is the messaging to families. We know it's a sensitive time right now with the political climate. Asking for health insurance may be tricky. We're happy to navigate that with you and show you our success stories and what that's worked with our families, but we have to have the student's health insurance information to match it to the claim. We do that on the back end, and that's when we send that claim to Carolyn.
And I do just want to add to that I've asked the question. The only question mark I still have is military, because I know that Devin, we talked about you have a portion of your students who are potentially on military insurance. So we know that public and private insurances are covered, but I have asked this question of DHCS. So I just want to put a pin there that we can get an answer for you on that.
Other questions?
Well, just a follow-up on my question. She actually raised the point too, with messaging to parents. I mean, do parents have to opt in to this, or how will they?
So when our packet goes home, this week to all our kids, it's the insurance forms are gonna go into them. So we're gonna collect those, and then we're gonna reach out to the people that haven't filled them out and kind of share what this is about, what this is for, and what the purpose is. So we plan to kind of follow up through that, and our goal is to get everybody's in when we can, so.
So this is new. We don't currently collect insurance.
We've never done this before, so this is brand new. There'll be a new form in the packet that goes out.
Okay.
And they produced the form for us, so. Other questions? All right, Heather, Jen, thank you so much. Heather, I hope you have a nice flight back to San Diego.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Well,
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, so next is student report, Addie and Dylan.
Hi, my name is Adelaide. And we're really excited to be this year's 8th grade reps on the school board. Thank you.
So like she said, we're excited to be school board members, to connect with the students' population and bring their voices to the board each month. Yeah,
And it's been a great start to the school year so far, so thank you so much.
so today we walked around to each class and introduced ourselves to like most of the classrooms. And we like told them we were the representatives and stuff like that. We have no new news to share today, so we're excited for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Financial report.
Jeannie doesn't have a report, but I've asked her to stay for those as you requested.
Is she on right now?
She was, I don't.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Yep, there she is.
Does anybody have any questions for Janina? I know there's no report, but are there any questions? Okay. Teacher report, Ms. Miller.
Hi, everyone. If you are a new family to OTA watching tonight's school board meeting, welcome to the OTA community. My name is Andrea Miller, and I'm this is my 6th year teaching middle school math at OTA, and my 2nd year as a teacher representative on the school board. The teachers and staff have communicated with me that it has been a great start to the school year. We had a great week last week. We had a professional development week meeting as a staff, planning the whole school year, doing the wellness training. It's been a very successful first 3 days of the school year as well. Many staff members have stated that this has been the best start of the school year that they've ever had. And this is my 12th year teaching, and I can honestly say that it's been the smoothest one I've had, and I'm very excited for this school year. We also wanted to thank the school office and the school community members for supporting our classroom needs and supplies with the donations to start the school year strong. We're also very excited to utilize our first minimum day of the school year this Friday. I already have 2 meetings scheduled for this Friday. We have a full staff meeting and the middle school team's meeting with the special education department. I also plan on using that time to align my TMCs to meet my current students' needs. So this is really crucial time that we wouldn't have had last year. So I just wanted to reiterate how grateful we are to have this time this year to have those minimum days. Thank you.
Any questions? Melody's report, enrollment update and numbers for accepted applications.
Good evening, everyone. So our current numbers with returning accepted and registered so far. Kinder is at 17, first grade is at 23, second grade is at 18, third grade is at 22, fourth grade is at 23, fifth grade is at 24, sixth grade is at 30, seventh grade is at 21, eighth grade is at 22, which brings us to 200. We do still have 3 students on the wait list that have been offered spots but have not accepted, and we have 6 pending applications.
When you say you have 3 students at 6th grade,
Yes,
so that would be a total of 33 students in that classroom?
they're on the wait list. Those students have not accepted spots.
Oh, I thought you said you put out, you're waiting for them to accept spots.
Yeah, so they're still offered, so I put them on the wait list, but they're offered.
Okay,
That
so
makes
they're
sense.
not being,
They are not included, they have not accepted.
That's 6th grade, so you offered 3 positions to 6th grade?
I'm so sorry. No, those are on the wait list. There are 2 that are offered for
And they're in the 6th of the month.
6th grade.
So, I'm sorry, there's 2 offers now for 6th grade
Yes,
that haven't been accepted.
correct. And then there's 3 on the wait list.
so that would make
So it'd be
it
32,
Yeah.
Correct, so there's still 3 on the wait list.
okay. Because 32 is our max?
Yes, for 6th grade.
Yeah, so 30, so according to our charter, 30 is like the max for a class. However, you're allowed to take 20 more kids than what your charter calls for. So if we had, if we were maxed out, we could take 20 more kids than the number than what our charter allows. And since we did airplane seating with 6th grade, it has filled up. So it looks like we're gonna end up with 32 in that class, providing that these students end up coming.
Okay, and then the 6 that are on the wait list that you mentioned.
Those are 6 pending, so they have accepted, but they haven't finished registration, but they're hoping to start within the next week.
So they're pending acceptance?
They've
Pending
been accepted. They haven't
They've
filled out their
accepted.
stuff to be here.
Yeah, so we haven't counted them as students yet because they're not in the seats, but they're submitting their documents.
In documents, and then what grades are those 6 students in?
There's 1 in 6th, I'm sorry, 1 in 1st grade, 1 in 3rd, 1 in 5th. I don't remember the
2
other,
and 6,
2 and 6.
and I think 1 and 8.
1 and 8, yeah.
That's right, 1 and 8.
1 in 1st and 1 in 3rd?
Yes,
1 and 5th, 2 and 6, and 1 and 8.
So once they've accepted, that would put us at 206.
yes.
And that does not include the 2 offers out for 6th grade.
That's it.
That
That's
does,
right. Oh.
yep.
Yeah.
However, if those 2 don't accept, we have 3 more that we have the ability to offer out, so it appears like 6th grade will likely get to a max number in that.
So either way, if the 2 and 6 don't accept, or if 2 don't accept.
We still have some
we
options.
Still have 206. Sorry, we can't hear the question.
Yeah. technically the person that he But I was saying if there's a wait list in sixth grade, then sibling major,
Yeah.
they bump.
She would help that.
I did.
I'm sorry, my question was if a family came with a sixth grader and an eighth grader. Obviously, the eighth grader gets in, but the sixth grader's on the wait list. Do they bump to the front of the line?
Which they do, according to our policy.
Oh, any other questions for Melody? Thank you. Real estate, Art and Devon.
Nothing new.
Uh, For this batch on my part, the only thing I have to talk about is that we are going to start working with council to revise our bylaws. And hopefully get that done by the end of the year. And any other policies that we see need to be revised. So if anybody wants to look into policies, or wants to be a part of that, just let me know. I can probably reach out to John in a week or so.
Yeah, I'll do that. Have to.
Well, we do have a policy. Okay. So we'll just,
Were you on policy before? Were you on the policy?
No, I don't think I was.
No, that's
Judy's done
Judy
it.
and Chris and myself and somebody else was on the policy.
and I was, okay. Okay, and that's it. Any questions on that? Okay, parent foundation report, Sylvia?
Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to all of our new families, and all of our parent volunteers who are online. So we are looking forward to focusing, as we mentioned in June at our last presentation, focusing on strengthening our community impact. We think we've done a good job over the summer with that, with the support of Devin and the team. And we're also really looking into cost-effective program structure. This year has brought a lot of new awareness to myself. This is my first year in the foundation, so I'm learning all of the things about the books, the accountings, and where we're at financially. So right now, we're looking at what's most cost effective, how can we restructure things, what needs to be restructured, and what unfortunately has to be restructured when it comes to funding, reaching out to the community for earning and bringing in funding. We currently still have 11 chairs filled. We hope to bring on a new council member in September by the name of Jen, with the potential space being filled of secretary. For our budget overview, our treasurer was on vacation, so we'll have to get you guys an update on what our budget looks like in September. Projected expenses right now are the jogathon that's coming up in October. So we're really excited about that. We're gonna start pushing information out. We've already begun building committees for the jogathon. We've already built a committee for the gala, so we're beginning to reach out to the community already with that, and that will look different this year. It may, we'll have more information coming soon. Subscriptions is one thing that over the summer we recognize that is something that goes into our billing and goes into our accounting. We recently resubscribed for our GoDaddy account, which cost us a little under $200 for the next 2 years. And then field trips, I know that we mentioned this in the June meeting, subject to clarification in a later time. So hopefully we'll be able to come to an agreeable amount on what that looks like with the projections and with everything that we have currently with funding and what we're expecting to push out. Sorry, I'm nervous. Campus beautification, that's something that happened last year. I don't know what that looks like this year, but I do know that there are lots of families and there's ways that we can do that surrounding donations, hopefully from our community partners with paint and things like that. So that may look different this year for us. And then school events. The biggest thing that we spend around school events is reimbursements. That is something that does go back and forth between parents, between those in the community who are like, yeah, we'll give you this, but you know, it's a reimbursement. So that's another expense. This year, again, just to reiterate, as mentioned in June, we are heavily relying on grants and monetary donations. The team, the vice president is working with the treasurer to make sure that we've paid for the subscription that was talked about in May and June's foundation meeting, and that a committee is being built around that. We do have a heavy need for donations, so we welcome everyone here to reach out to your friends, and to, you know, shoot me an email. If you have some feedback, if you have good financial health and you want to bring that in and share the enrichment, please connect with me via email. I'm available. We want to see the school get to a healthy place. So I have open ears and I'm willing to learn and take some notes. We did co-host the summer bash events, one for new students and one for all of our OTA families who were able to attend. We did host 2 uniform sales during those 2 events, and that brought in around 1,000 to 1,200. That's a rough draft because we did need to buy some things like a money box and whatever else we needed for the events. So we'll have a full expense report for September once everything's up to date. The kindergarten woohoo breakfast was a hit. We had pretty much every kindergarten family that was upstairs came downstairs and they got connected. They were very eager to jump in. I think I have a list of 11 families who are ready to volunteer and support the community. So we're sending them emails, getting them connected to the committee, offering the foundation roles that are available. And then hopefully we'll see them on the playground volunteering for recess. So we're gonna do our best here. The kindergarten woohoo breakfast did not earn us any fundraising at all, and it did push out money. Currently, we've had about 15 parent volunteers contribute throughout the summer to today, collecting about 40 combined hours. Okay. These hours are accredited to our new student summer event, our summer bash for all students, our uniform sales, and our kindergarten woohoo breakfast, as well as anything that was done behind the scenes to prepare. When we're talking about communication and building a community around communication, I met with Devin and he gave me a little demo of what newsletters look like. So those will be coming soon, but I will be sending Devin a quick snippet from the foundation so he can push that out. Flag Fridays, we're going to continue with announcements. One thing that we do hope to do this year is have our room parents give an announcement. Room parents are a big part of the OTA community, and they're a big part of communicating with our families in the classroom. So making a space for them on Flag Fridays. Hopefully, we're looking to have announcements in the classroom. One thing that we're also looking to do is have a community board. We've met with Devin to discuss this. We're hoping to put this in the cafeteria area. It's going to be a big board where the board is welcome to come out and put anything that you want the community to know there, as well as the foundation, and hopefully we can get some Osprey stuff posted there so we can have more after school engagement. We're also utilizing the mass text. We are using private communication channels through WhatsApp for the foundation communication. That's with the foundation team, and that is with the room parents and the committees that support the foundation. Classroom announcements, the board, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we've created a TikTok, and we are really using the in-person socialization opportunities to gather and rally families. Currently, our main objections, our main focuses for our outreach is our jogathon. Jogathon's happening in October. We're hoping that each child will bring in about $400. So we want to get that communication going. Hopefully we'll have the teachers post something on Dojo. We'll have them post something in the classroom so the kids can see it every day. And just really relying on Coach Kalaki to, help get that language with the kids, get them motivated and feeling confident to have people donate for them for their runs. Used uniform. We had two really great sales. The families were very appreciative. We've seen a very big need in our community for uniforms. Parents were very appreciative of us having low-cost uniforms and didn't mind that they were gently used. So thank you to every family who donated, who turned over things that did not fit their students. And, you know, thank you to all the kiddos. Our kids did such a great job with not getting too many holes in their t-shirts. So we appreciate that. With that being said, inventory is low for our uniforms. And we have reached out via text. Hopefully everyone today got a text or an email inviting you to bring in your used uniform that doesn't fit. So we do have an open used uniform drive going on right now, and we'll keep that running. Okay. There are some initiatives that we've talked about, but we have not agreed on yet, which is the Friday coffee sale. We're hoping to partner with the middle school students and staff to potentially have this become a fundraiser opportunity and have the middle school students earn community hours. And then that would support fundraising, the community roundup. I'm talking with Alex, who's down here in the Old Town Academy community, to see what we can do to help, one, promote the school's presence in the community, and then bring in donations. Staff lunches are gonna look different this year. I think this is really important for us all to be in agreement with and to echo. They may not be full lunches as they were in the past. It may be an opportunity for families to celebrate the staff by having a snack bar and making sure that the lunch area has refreshments, but we will have more discussion and concrete details later. The Fall Festival, we're looking to promote this. This is our annual Halloween parade. We're looking to promote this as the Fall Festival this year. Okay. And then the Osprey drawings, which is a really awesome opportunity for us to recognize students, but we do need to rethink what that means and if there is a more cost-effective way for us to do that. Okay, then you're gonna find the foundation meeting dates. You're more than welcome to attend, more than welcome to fill out a community information form if you have anything that you'd like to share. Then you'll find our staff lunch and classroom events listed. The dates on the left show what date the staff lunch is, and then the hosted grade and what school event the hosted grade is to oversee this year. Okay, and that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you. One day I'm not gonna be nervous. And I'll be joining you guys online for the rest of today.
We have Devin's report.
All right, so my report starts off with the CYBHI presentation, which you guys already saw, so just want to circle back to that. I think that's a really great opportunity for our school to highlight some of the things that we're already doing, but also now we become, you know, a wellness center, a certified wellness center as well. So that's a pretty exciting thing for our school to be able to give the children the support that we talk about all the time that they need. I did issue the district visit report to you guys. I have not sent in the response from the school yet. Wanted to make sure you guys have seen that. I'll let you guys know what the response from the school is and in the areas of the things, but just wanted to make sure you guys have that and saw that. Do want to welcome Alexis Strom. She's our new 5th grade teacher. Just a little bit of background on her. She's worked kind of as a substitute the last couple of years working for Scoot, but she also was a registered behavior technician. So she was trained massively in behaviors and how to alter and deal with those behaviors. So she was what is referred to as an RBT, which is often what a student will get when they have a one-on-one. So she's had extensive training in that area and has really come in, hit the ground running. She really fits our staff really well. So it's been exciting to welcome her to the team. As far as opening of OTA, I want to kind of follow up on what Ms. Miller said. I think this has been a really great opening to our school. You know, last week was really great. It was wonderful to get back with the staff and just have that camaraderie and kind of get amp up for the year. But opening our doors on Monday was pretty exciting. And You know, I know we're in the honeymoon period, but I've been I've been supervising middle school lunch. I told them today in all the years that I've been here, since my 4th year here. I've always been at the start of middle school lunch, whether I was the supervisor or not, I've always been there in that presence, and they have been incredible. And during that period of time, just really seemed like it's like nobody lost a step from what we were doing last year. And I just think it's been a really beautiful thing. I've been around all the classrooms. The teachers are working really hard and really working on their practices and procedures so that we can really speed up as the year goes along and really get into the academics. Also wanted to share that our theme this year, we always have a theme. Our theme this year is all in. So the teachers are actually carrying around poker chips, passing the poker chips out to each other when they do a positive deed for the school or for them, just as a way to a token to show appreciation about all the things that we do as a team to support each other. We talked deeply about what it meant to be all in as a teacher personally, what it meant to be all in for kids, and what it meant to be all in for our community. And we really dove deep into what that looked like, and how we want to present ourselves, not just on a personal side, not just to students, but to the community as well this year, and really be that forward face as a school. And then the last thing I have is just back to school nights. This is a change from the past. We have in the past had one back to school night. However, last year, one of the recommendations from the staff was that middle school and elementary have 2 separate nights, because a lot of the middle school parents who also had elementary students were getting caught in the middle school meeting and not able to see some of the elementary stuff, or vice versa. And so we've separated that out. So Tuesday night next week, we have our elementary middle school night. It will run from 5 to 6. Teachers will put on a presentation every 20 minutes within that, so that as people trickle in, they can do that and also get to see other classrooms and have time with the teacher. And then middle school will do a whole middle school presentation together on Thursday night from 5 to 6. And there will not be any stress on the parents to try to get someplace else or hear another something. And so we have asked our after school providers to come to both nights. So we're hoping that it's not a loss of anything being 2 nights. It seems like everything is going to repeat itself on Tuesday and Thursday night, and just give an opportunity for parents to kind of be in the classroom without a concern of missing something else within school. So just really quickly, the dates on that. Next week, elementary school back to school night is Tuesday, August 26th from 5 to 6, and middle school back to school night is Thursday, August 27th from 5 to 6. So that's all I had. Just wanted to share those quick things. I don't have anything up for vote tonight. I think the only action item is meeting minutes from past.
Any questions on these items specifically? I have them. I wanted to go over the district report. There were a couple of things in here that I didn't really understand, so I wanted clarification on. And is this the time where we would point out things that are incorrect?
In the report?
Yeah.
This is their report. It isn't anything that we.
Or like in our-
Reviewing your response.
Yeah, so that would be, I mean, that's what I put at the end of the follow-up. These are things that you'd email. We'd have those conversations probably just about it offline and set that stuff up. That wouldn't really be a discussion here, but it's up to you guys.
Okay, I was just for the sake of transparency and everybody's on the same page, on page 8 of the report, they said that the LCAP was presented by the staff representative on the board, but I believe that was Mr. Watts who presented that.
That is correct.
So that's just one flag. The other part in that same, the end of that section, the last sentence, the district noted that no board documents were available to the public online. So along with the agenda, can we also go ahead and start posting all board documents?
Yep. I will talk to Alex. He's our new tech guy. Connor is technically still a portion of our tech guy, but he's going to other schools now, and Alex is who's assigned here now. I will talk to Alex, and we'll have to add a thing under the governance for those documents, because it will be separate from where you find the agenda. It'll be a separate tab, because those need to be in separate categories, but we can link them so that you can go to them.
Okay. And then on the section under that, Mark, have you followed up with John on presenting a review of the Brown law?
Yeah, I asked him for his recommendation for how to set a time. He's on vacation or he's at a conference right now.
Okay, because we need that by January, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, does anybody have? Okay, then I'll. On page 6. It says that 94.4% of teachers had a clear and appropriate teaching credential. And then in the chart below, it says 5.6 and effective. What does that mean?
So the only teacher that doesn't have a credential that matches what she teaches here is Miss Fernandez. Miss Fernandez has multi-subject credential, but she teaches a single subject social studies class. And so that's what that person is, that she's teaching outside of her credential, but it's, I mean, we're within legal parameters, it's a charter school can do that. And that was in place before I got here, so, you know, there wasn't a shift that, you know, people have always seemed very happy with Ms. Fernandez, so.
Okay, and if one person makes up 5.5%.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you think about 20 people, but we have technically less, so that would be the 6%, you know, it'd be up right on.
Okay. Okay. That was pretty much it.
Awesome.
I just actually have one question. What grades did they takes the STEM status? Is it fifth and eighth?
Yeah, I think fifth and eighth.
Only?
They're the only ones that take the STEM test yet for the state.
2 grades.
Yep.
So any of the items that they note as requesting performance on, have you already addressed most of those then?
Yeah, so I just got this report recently, actually. I mean, I got it, I wanna say 2 weeks ago. And with the opening of school, I haven't spent a ton of time with it yet. That's why normally I like to formulate a response that comes with this to the board, but I didn't wanna not show it to you guys when I had it, so. I will issue the response to you. It will come out before the next board meeting and we'll just, you guys will see what that response is, before it goes to the district.
And is there forgive me because I didn't read it line by line, but is there an actual due date for this response?
Yeah, they have it's actually in here. They have a board meeting where, at San Diego Unified, where they take all of these. And they really vote to pass them all in one big chunk, but if we don't put a response in, then ours goes without a response. But if we put a response in, it goes on the last couple pages of like, this is what we intend to do for these things. And I've issued one every year. It's not mandatory to do so, but I think it's good for us to say what we're doing and how we're responding to the report.
Okay, yeah, because there's a couple in here that they noted that they're making a request for an action. So that your response would then include, we've taken care of.
Yep.
Item A, B, or C.
Yep.
Okay.
And then on the ones that they say this is the second consecutive request, there's a couple of them. Is there a reason why those weren't addressed in the first request?
So the truth is, we sat with it last year and responded to all of them. So when they come back and say it's a second request for something, often it's they're declaring that something that we did as an adjustment wasn't a big enough adjustment. So that's something that we'll go back and edit and try to do better in essence.
On page 2, they're asking, I guess for the second time, for removal of the district policy to be replaced with.
Yeah, so this is,
policy.
when I read this is the language of the district versus OTA. So this is gonna have to be, we're gonna have to actually come back with policies that you guys vote for that just changes that language.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting because they look at different policies and they tend to find, oh, this one says district, and so then they bring up a different policy that says that. So in the past, what I've done is, like, when this would happen, I would ask Kathleen Shaw to screen all of them, find it, edit it, we bring it to you guys. Now that's on us to do, and so it just isn't something that we've had the opportunity to jump into yet.
But we're going to do that. We're gonna
Yes, ma'am.
respond to all these second
Yep.
requests.
Yep, so at some meeting in the very near future, either September or October, there will be a slot of things that will come for voting and it will be, hey, these are the changes, this is why, and we'll have to do this report.
I'm sorry, just one more thing. On page 3, third section, it says that, the district asks for the 25-26 school year, the district requests that OTA review its internal processes and procedures to ensure this deadline will be met for the California Basic Education Data System. Has that been done since the school year already started?
This is the third line you said?
Third section.
Third paragraph.
Third line, third paragraph.
CBEDS.
Yeah, yeah, she's not in here. We share seabeds, sorry, we share seabeds. Yes, with the district. That's
In
what that-
October, right?
Yeah, so yes, I just had to read it to make sure I was responding correctly.
And my last question is on page 7. It says that, it says district reviewed OTA's, ELD program during its site visit based on blah, 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 it's not fully developed or implemented. Is that something that we're gonna be working on?
Yeah, so we have a very small population program that doesn't actually require us to have a full capacity program. I think the number's 22, is that right?
21, I think.
21 that, and I think we were,
That's English learner, right?
yeah,
That's-
and our numbers are around 8 or 9, is that correct? I'm referencing him because he is our.
What this says,
Yeah.
OTA reported less than 21,
Yeah.
ELL for the 25-25 school year.
Yeah, so we don't have to
Not
have a
required to operate.
fully functional program because of that. If we hit the mark of 21, we would be required to do so. So instead of there being a fully functional program that has a teacher specific to that program, we would have to pay a full teacher under that premise. Instead, these are things that are done within the classroom, so we work on things like visuals, kinesthetic motions with vocabulary, things that are proven success in EL.
May I?
Yes, well, as long as she approves, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so I was just in that meeting, I was just gonna say, so, I forget what her name was, that deals with ELD. But she had some suggestions for me for the next time, where I could improve on our program, what they would like to see for next time, so that's something that we're putting in for this year. We are under that number, but there are some things we still wanna have.
Yeah, we can still get better.
So I think that comment was based upon the suggestions that were given.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I didn't read the line that followed that Mark just read, so, okay.
But I did wonder something about this language as well, which if we do hit that 21 mark, is there funding that attaches to having the full?
So there is, but it's not nearly what you would hope it would be.
Oh.
It doesn't really offset the cost of then paying a teacher. We do actually have a teacher, our first grade teacher has the ELL certification. So if we had to pay a person to do that, we could pay it under her name.
Okay.
But we would have to provide her time to go meet with all of those kids outside of her class, which would create a difficulty for our first grade learning. So we've thought through this, we've talked through this in the past, but our numbers, at least last year, weren't anywhere close to the 21.
I don't know exactly what the numbers are yet, because.
Yeah, they haven't settled. Our numbers are still shifting hourly, it feels like right now.
They've never been higher than that since the school was
Yeah.
kind of, so, yeah, that could change.
Cool. Yep.
Questions? Alright. Okay, then we'll move into the action items to approve the July board meeting minutes.
I'm gonna approve.
We have 8 seconds. Second. Okay, all in favor? Unanimous. For. Okay, any opposed? None, any abstentions? None. So July board meeting minutes are approved. And we will hop into the session. Dylan, thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, great first board meeting.
Yes, thank you guys, welcome. Yeah, great job. Thank you.
I just say, I think this is a record.
Don't say that stuff yet. I mean, that's the pace we're on.
No,
Let's
no,
not
yeah.
ruin that
No,
pace.
yeah.
Let's not ruin that pace. I think actually, we have to go into a breakout session. Janine, I'm gonna take you into a breakout room.
Okay, sounds good.
Mary, I request permission, to say for.
Yeah. I mean, just moving forward, unless anybody has an issue on that day and wants to stay. Are we all? Approved, okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay to get it, it's all.
You do.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't get to stay.
and that. Yeah,
Or no, Mr. Watts as the.
As the assistant,
Oh.
he's staying as
he's
administrator.
as administrator. Thank you, Alan.
Get a break still, right?
Sorry, say it again. I had the audio off. I apologize.
Oh, sorry. Nothing to report. We're adjourning the meeting. It's 8:51 PM.